But I think I'm live again. Now, let's try this one more time for the dummies. Because I just screwed up before. But I think I have all this newfangled computer technology thing. I think I have it figured out. Yes. There we go. I am a certified computer whiz. Live. There we go. Just tweet it that I'm live. I am live. Let's have a look at how many people are here. How many people turned up? 34 people already. Yes, it is a very nice background. I like it. I've got it on all three of my monitors. And we're back. Alright, let me just pop out the chat here. I won't try and integrate the chat into the video like I have on previous occasions because I want to go like sort of like full screen editing and show you the editing. I don't know, maybe. I don't know how long I'll run this for. I just wanted to share. I'll tell you in a second. Here we go. All right, 62 people watching. Wanted to see more live soldering. Yeah, see, what's happened, I'll let you know. Oh, if you were here last time I was streaming live, I use XSplit to do my both my desktop recordings and screen capture recordings and my live streaming as well. It's just what I use. Shut up about OBS. And I, well, I can bring that in there now. Hello. There you go. I can bring it in for now. Might take it out later. And, oh, top chat. Want to change that to live chat. There we go. And, when XSplit used to work this way, until I believe an update, I think I just figured it out. Okay, you go into the broadcast thing, and you broadcast, you know, I've got it set up for the main channel and the second channel, and you broadcast the second channel, then allows you to put in the title of the video that you're broadcasting now, so it shows up in the title, like it says EEV Blog Live Stupidity right now. So you type in that and everything, and by default it comes up with the last one that you actually did, which was the live soldering thing. And this is what happened last time. But I overwrote that text last time. But even if you overwrite that text and then you press broadcast now, it doesn't seem to, there's no ability to save that text, that new text, and it just gives you the old one, the old title with the live soldering. So the last time I did the live show, that's why it said live soldering. Everyone came and where's the soldering? No, there was none. Because that's, is that a feature or a bug in XSplit? Anyway, I created a new broadcast and it works now because I had to type it in from scratch. There was no default stuff. So, there you go. Anyway, oh, look at that. If I hover, I've got one of those hover, oh, scary. I can look at people's thingos in full. Leave now if you don't want your picture. Hey, that's the deaf palm. Yes, so that was taken in the lab. He's chopped me out. It's only half a Dave, but it is his channel, so, you know, fair call. Anyway, Travis, everyone. Oh yeah, that's, yep. Anyway, it's scary, isn't it? Yeah, I've got this like plugin, this Chrome plugin that I can't remember what it's called. That auto, you know, zooms everything you mouse over and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. It's sometimes annoying, but mostly cool. Anyway, so yeah, that's the bloody XSplit thing. Anyway, while I'm here, if you've been following me on Twitter, you'll know is that I'll tell you. Yes, I will. That's why I'm here. Oh, there we go. All right. Is that I was just over at the lab, and excuse me while I drink. I was just over at the lab, and I thought, hey, I haven't done the Rigol 7000. And, you know, I've got the new Rigol 7000 scope. They loaned it to me. They've been kind of bugging me, actually. When I went to the trade show a couple of weeks back, they bugged me. Look, you know, we know, like, you know, when are you going to do the teardown and the review? Oh, yeah, I'm kind of working on it, you know. Oh, it's on the list. Well, if it's not on the list, just give it, you know, we want it back. And, you know, I'll get around to it. So they've been bugging me. So anyway, I just thought, oh, what video can I shoot today? Oh, yeah, I haven't done the Rigol 7000 series scope, right? And so I thought, oh, yeah, look, I'll go, you know, it's midday or something. And like, so, oh, maybe, like, I won't do the review today. I'll do the teardown. You know, I can knock that out in a couple of hours. And, well, you know, the recording of it's, you know, it's not particularly hard. And editing, well, depends how much effort I want to put into the editing side of things in terms of like overlays and zooms and photos and all that sort of jazz. Anyway, so I like set up, you know, I cleared the bench as I normally do because there's so much crap on there. I get my hands and go, you know, I part the Red Sea, so I've got enough space on there to do my recording. And so, you know, I get the scope up there, set up the camera, get memory cards, doing everything, you know, open up a couple of web pages to get price into the scope, and so I know, you know, so I can shoot like an intro about, you know, this is a $4,000 scope and it goes to $11,000 and it's got the new Phoenix chipset and blah blah blah. So, you know, I had some stuff. I had some talking points ready to say, pretty much, you know, when I start the video. And so, and I set up my still camera as well. It's my phone. Who's calling me? Hey. Hang on. Sorry, I'm doing a live show. Yep, right in the middle of it. Sorry. Bye. That was David too. He's working from home today. he's excited about something, so he calls me. He calls me every time he's excited about something. Young and enthusiastic. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah. Hello? Think he pocket dialed me. Unbelievable. Where was I? Stupidity. Left a hot mic. Yeah, I know. I don't care. It's all right. And put him on speakerphone. Yeah. Anyway, so like, oh, you know, when I was going to shoot, of course, when I do teardowns, I shoot high resolution photos. So I set up my still camera with my macro lens and set up all the cards ready to go. Took a few, you know, outside shots of the scope and everything, because I take outside, and then as I progressively shoot the teardown, I move the video camera and then bring in the still camera, and sort of I just shuffle between them. I don't sort of do it as one thing and then the other. Kind of do the photos as it goes. So I'm taking the photos, and then I start the video. I do my intro as normal. You know, hi, we're going to do a teardown of this new 7000 series scope. Blah blah blah. It's a $11,000 scope, but everything's optional extra. And hey, have a look at the front panel and all the, you know, the weird and the fonts and everything, and how they're all over the shop, higgledy-piggledy. And, you know, looking at the back and looking at, you know, talking about all sorts of like the outside appearance before the teardown, as I normally do. And then I sort of flip it on its back, ready to tear it down. And I noticed that the warranty void if not removed sticker, warranty void if not removed, that's mine. That's my t-shirt. I should link to my t-shirt. You can still buy my t-shirt, probably. Can you still buy my warranty void if not removed t-shirt? Anyway, warranty void if removed sticker was broken. And then in my mind, it's like I had an instant flashback of actually getting my knife out and cutting that and recording doing that. It's one of those moments where you're like your mind just goes, I've done this, that deja vu moment. And it's like, I swear I've recorded this. I've recorded me getting out my knife. I can visualize myself standing there with the camera. I remember the angle of the camera that I had set up and me cutting the and I said something along the lines of this is the best part of the teardown or something. Can't remember what I said, but I could visualize in my mind of me actually shooting that. And wrong scope. And Andre says, was it the wrong scope? And then I'm thinking, there's no way I've shot this. No, I have not done this teardown before. Because, it's go to a reasonable amount of effort to do this sort of teardown. And I would have edited the video and, done everything else. So, trust me, I'll get to the story shortly. And, but you can already guess where this is going, right? So, and you already know, spoiler alert, if you see me on Twitter, you already know, 195 people watching now, woot. And so, but I'm thinking there's no way I have gone to the effort to record this teardown before. So I'm sort of looking through some old memory cards and stuff, and then I went, no, I haven't done this. And then I logged into my remote NAS server, which I've got sitting here, which I have all my video on. And I've got like a subdirectory where I upload finished footage, right? So that I don't have to bring the files here. I can just upload them and then I can access them here and do the editing here in the office. And there was nothing there. There was just the unboxing video, right? Which I've done. And I went, yeah, I've done that on unbox. I remember the unboxing video. And anyway, so I couldn't find the file, so I go back and continue to record the video, the teardown video, and I take the back cover off, and I'm going, and there's like this internal mesh in there and stuff, and I'm going, I remember talking about and showing this fake mesh that they've got on the back, and more of the thing starts coming back. So I take the back, so I undo the screws and I take off the metal back cover, right, from the thing, and I don't even get it all the way off. I get it partially the way off, and I thought, I don't normally do this. I don't normally peek under before I do it, but I was thinking, have I done this? I'm going to check. So I undid the screws and then lifted it up, and I saw the board, and then I went, yep, I've bloody well shot this video before. So I go back to my NAS box, my remote login, and I look, and this is what I found. Here you go. I'll show you. Here's my... by the way, I'm broadcasting this in 2560 by 1440, so it's greater than full HD. So sorry if this doesn't scale properly or whatever, but yep. Look, let's have a look at the video here. Let's have a look. Video number 114. Video 1114. Rigol 7000 teardown. Oh! I've already shot the entire teardown video. I've already taken all of the the photos, and then it dawned on me, shit, I've look, here it is here. If you go over to my Flickr account, I've already uploaded the photos of the Rigol MSO 7000 series teardown. There's all the teardown photos. There they are. I posted them back in, well, according to this, I shot it on the 10th of August. So more than a month ago, right? Like 40 days ago. I need a big holiday. I need a really long holiday. to completely forget that I have shot a teardown of a major new product that people are waiting for is just insane. But it's probably going to get even worse in a minute if you stick around, because I haven't looked yet. How many terabytes is the NAS? Christian asks. It's no, it's not 6. I've got 3 6-terabyte drives in it, which makes no, which is it 6 terabytes total? I can't remember. Anyway, it's yeah, hang on, I can probably tell you. It's 10.8 terabytes. So I've got 3, I think it's 3 6-terabyte drives in there. Which would be 18, but with all the redundancy, the spread redundancy, it's 10.8 or 12. Nominally 12 terabytes. So yeah. So there you go. I'm not going to say this is the first time it's happened. It's probably not. But this is the first time it's happened to like a major thing like this. I think what happened, you can see that there's 2 videos numbered 1114 there. The 1114 is the TS80 soldering iron. So I think what happened is that like I shot 1113, the USB soldering iron, and then I shot 1114 because I shoot them all in sequence basically. I don't really hold on to any material. And then, so I shot the Rigol 7000 series teardown, and then maybe while I was editing it or before I finished or whatever, then the TS80 soldering iron came in. And I was really waiting for that one, and that was a brand spanking new product, and I can churn out a video very quickly of that. So I think that's what happened, is I sort of went, oh, look, I'll put the Rigol 7000 series teardown aside, and I probably wanted to do the review video first anyway, but I had the teardown in the can, and anyway, one thing leads to another, and then I did the 7660, and then the capacitance multiplier, and then the TS100, and then the power plane capacitance, blah, 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 all the rest of it, right? So it just got carried away. I didn't do the review, and then I obviously forgot that I had done that teardown. Completely and utterly forgot that I had done that teardown. And there I was a couple of hours ago just reshooting the whole thing. Although I didn't. I realised once I opened that, had a peek inside, I went, nah. So I went and had a thorough look, and sure enough, I've got all the stuff. So there you go. Just wanted to share my stupidity. But it might get worse here. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at what I've actually got in there, shall we? Rigol 7000 series teardown. Here it is. Oh, I can bring this back. Not going full screen yet. Bring it back, and here it is. Now, the stupid thing is, right, there's some screen capture videos. They're like XSplit screen captures, so I probably use the Tagano microscope or something. Can't really remember. Here we go. I can play one. Continue. Oh, there we go. Yeah, no, that was capturing the So we're in. So can you hear that? ECC. Oh. So can everyone hear that? I just want to know if you can hear that or not. Rigol E dirty. I2C. This is great. Can you hear it? Flamingo Linux kernel. Is it good? Uncompressed. Blah, 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 blah. Hash value. Oh. I'm sure. Yep. You can't hear anything. Pretty quiet, is it? Well, there can make heads or tails of all this rubbish. So I'll just cling on to me. Starting kernel. Yep, you can hear it. Okay. Yeah, it's quieter. Yeah, I'll turn it up a bit. There you go. So I'll just cling on to me. Heads or tails of all this rubbish. There you go. So I'll just cling on Should be able to hear that. Anyway, so there you go. Yeah, and here's all the files. Yep, I've shot it. It was shot on the 8th. There you go. I shot that on the 8th of August. And what is it now? It's like the 20th. of September. How do you forget? I need a really long holiday, seriously. It's just so embarrassing. And there's like the teardown photos and stuff. So, oh, no, we've got some, there's some Merlin photos. Yeah, there we go. So, you know, there they all are. And so I've got 60 clips. 60 clips. And for those who want to know, that's actually pretty typical. Like, you know, a typical like 30-minute video or something, 20 or 30-minute video might have like a teardown. A teardown would easily have 60 clips. It's pretty rare that I have less, unless it's like that Merlin one or something, which isn't much to it. But certainly an oscilloscope or anything else, serious kind of teardown, it'd have at least 60 clips. You know, 60 to 80 clips might be common for a video like that. Because if you don't know, oh, you hear it through the speakers. Okay, yeah. Oh, because I had it here. Yeah. All right. Hang on. Dolt. Here we go. Let's try it again. The I squared C. There you go. Can you hear it now? Blah, 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 blah. Hash value. I'm sure some people out there can make heads or tails of all this rubbish. It's all just cling on to me. You can hear that. Starting kernel. It should come through the system audio now. And we're in. We're in to a root menu. Cannot create socket for UDP6. Echo, echo, echo-ish. Yep, yep. All right. Yeah, echoing slightly because it's come back through the speakers because I'm not using headphones. So I've done a whole video on my editing PC, Ira. I've done a whole video actually building my editing PC. Yeah. Loud and clear with echo from the speakers. Yep. That's what I expect. Cool. So there you go. So anyway, we got, what do we got? Hang on. All right. 270 people watching now. Wow. You're a bastard, Harry. There's Harry. Have you done this live chat already? Anyway, yes. Do I still need to do the edit on it? Sorry, I just like looking at the people. I like the pop-up. Oh, look at that. Oh, everyone's got serious photos. There's def bombs everywhere. Hey, XJet. Yeah, I'm still dicking around with Vegas. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Look, I tried DaVinci Resolve. I know I had quite a few people tell me, try DaVinci Resolve. I tried it. It did not work like a real editor. I'm sorry. It just did not suit my workflow. Maybe I didn't give it a serious enough try, but no, it just didn't work for me. Didn't work for me. And I'm not going to put any effort. I'm not going to increase my production workflow just to use a new tool. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So yes, I still use Vegas. So let's have a look. So as it turns out, I already have a Vegas file down here. So yeah, I shot it on the 8th and I obviously edited it on the 10th. So let's go in, shall we? Let's go in and have a look at, maybe we can keep this here, I don't know. Let's go in and have a look at how much I've actually edited. Have I edited the whole bloody thing? I probably have, right? It's probably been sitting there ready to go forever. So let's double click. Let's open Vegas. I'm using the new 16. I didn't want to, but anyway, I am. So, oh, what's going on? Yeah. Oh, sorry, the chat's not happening. So, no, I can't do the chat. Can't pop out the chat. Can't fix that on top. Well, maybe I can. Hang on. I'll try some XSplit wizardry. But then I'm going to run into the bug, which is the same on OBS. So for those who are about to say, use OBS and that never happens, it does. Okay, I've tried it. Let me screen capture. Yeah, see, it puts up a blank window. There's a blank window. That's capturing the chat window. And it does this regardless of which monitor I capture. It has something to do with GPU acceleration or something like that. And it's the same on OBS. OBS gives me the same result. And it's really freaking annoying. The only way to overcome it is to drag in the window, the chat window, on top of the screen, the whole screen that I'm capturing. But it doesn't like capturing individual windows. It makes them blank. And I did solve it once, but I can't remember how. So, you know. Anyway, so... oh, actually, I can do this. Watch this. Watch this. I can cheat. I will cheat. Watch this. I will cheat. I will cheat by not selecting the window, but the part around the window. Ha! Look at that. Genius. I know how to operate these newfangled computery things. Actually, sorry, I'm dicking around. So, I'll be back with you shortly. Don't even know if you can see that. Wow, that's really small. That's really small. Wow. Anyway, I can leave that up there. It's terrible. Wow. Anyway. Yep. I could resize the Vegas window, but you know, look, all right. But that's not the problem. Well, no, probably should have done this on my. Could have done this on my 4K, right? Anyway, like what? Like, oh, hang on. No. What if I? Okay, this is getting dumb. There you go. Now we're getting fancy-pantsy. There you go. Look at that. It's the problem with doing these live shows, especially when you want to do something different, because you can set up like scenes and you can transition between all this stuff. And if you're doing the same show over and over again, you have all this stuff programmed. But because I'm doing like different stuff. Anyway, Vegas, here you go. No, I have not finished editing. Anyway, so it took, what, half an hour to get to this point. No, it looks like, you can tell I'm pretty much finished editing there. You can tell because there's dead space in the audio. There you go. So you can tell, and maybe the front, maybe the front of this one. Because look, so I haven't done that clip because there's like dead space in there. So what does that say?
That's like nickel. They're like nickel screening cans. I really like the look of those. We've got two there.
Yeah, so no, so I've probably gotten up to that point. And if you don't know, my editing, I've done this many times before. And oh, my file window's gone. There you go. And I can get rid of the loudness meter, I guess. Because there's a new, for those who don't know, there's a new loudness system. I'm not sure of the company or the organisation or standard body who did it, but it's the new EBU R128 standard. And what their intention is, if I've got this right, is to standardize loudness of videos across all platforms and all, because every YouTuber who edits their videos just edits it to their own level, right? Their own audio level. But the whole idea of this new standard is that, and the new Vegas 16 supports this, it's got the new EBU R128 plugin, which when you actually play the audio,
in the previous
it tells
video
you and where
over
it
on
peaks
eVlog
at
2
and stuff
that it actually
like that.
has a
And
shares
there
2
are
channel.
there are defined limits, like ideal
channels between
sort of
one
like
of the
what they're trying to get
A6,
people to
4-channel scope,
standardize to
needs
and
your two
stuff like that, and also for recordings, downloadable recordings and stuff like that. So it's this new system. So anyway, we can switch that off. I can always turn that back on later. And so yeah, for those who don't know, because I shoot in sequence, you can see how it basically goes. Clip 1 is me waffling on and talking about the back, and there's the scene. There's the cut-in scene. I told you, damn well told you I shot that one. That was the first deja vu. What'd they say?
You bet your ass we're going to avoid the warranty. Yeah.
I think every scope manufacturer is colluding, and that was the first thing that made me twig that I've shot this video before. Unbelievable. How you could forget that you've shot a 60 clip teardown video of a brand new industry product is just it's so embarrassing. But I like to share my embarrassments. Why not? Nah, eVlog Live webcam. I used to do it on what is it? The Ustream. I used to do it on Ustream, and Ustream got bought by IBM. There is no free service for that anymore. IBM shut it down. So, yep. I wanted to do the live stream on Twitch, but Twitch, it's against their terms and conditions to just have a static webcam, like a live background webcam. They just don't allow you to do it. They'll shut you off. I'll do my... Shooting at it in 16 millimeters. Yeah. Yes, gadget reviews, but what does that minus 12 dB mean? What does it mean, right? This new R1 little whatever it is standard defines... It's not just 12 dB A weighted, or it's not like a full editing thing. There's more science behind it. There's average weighting levels, and there's I believe there's a lot more science behind it than just setting your level to minus 12 or something like that. So if I play mine, what I'm shooting at with my new mic,
that's some
for
serious
example,
coin and serious commitment.
It's about minus
so
12.
let's check it out.
Right.
Just a few screws
Maybe.
on here.
I don't
Pretty
know,
big.
average.
Scope,
see the bars there,
$2,700
right?
retail
Minus 12
minimum
dB
for
relative
the 4
to
channel
full
100
scale.
megahertz. And as with
Full
all the
scale
big
being
players, everything
peak,
is
right? But
optional
there's
extra. So
yeah, no, there's more
anyway,
to it.
Let's rip the damn thing over.
The dBs.
So we
like,
do
it
have
means
the
something
500
different, 'cause it's
megahertz
a-
model
it's
here,
a ratio.
and that is the serial
so
number for those.
It's different. So there's more to it than just minus 12 dB of full scale, right? So anyway, not sure of the exact ins and outs. Where is Mrs. E vlog? She's at home with Huxley. Tell him you fell asleep on Twitch. Yeah. Dave talking over the top of Dave. Yep. Anyway, so yeah, where was I? So yes, I shoot in sequence. You can see I shoot in sequence. And then all I do is drag and drop them. And you can see that, you know, they are literally in sequence C001 or 0001. There, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. And then they're literally in sequence in the timeline. Well, because I haven't fully edited this one, but very rarely will I have to swap something around. Just if I deem, you know, like, because occasionally I'll, you know, keep recording my video and then I'll forget. You know, like I figured out something, you know, I found something interesting to say that I shot 10 minutes earlier, and then I'll shoot that clip, and then I've got it in the editing, I've got to know to pull that back. But, you know, it kind of only rarely happens. Very occasionally. Most of it's in sequence. So all I've got to do is go in and trim the start and the end. And then take out the odd clip which shouldn't be there, or take out some ums and ahs or something like that, you know. So, and I can tell, let me see if I can find a good example. Here might be one. No, here, right? You can see, look at this clip here, right? Oh, maybe it's not, right? I say something in here, I start talking, and then there's a delay. Having that much delay in the clip, I know it's most likely that I've decided that what I was saying was just crap, and then I've started again. So let's have a listen. Oh.
Rigol, innovation or nothing. Was nothing an option? I guess it was. Rigol, innovation or nothing. Fantastic, gold-plated too. And apparently this is the Swan. I believe.
So yeah, I decided just to say it differently there. So I just shot that again. As you can see, there's not too many of those. Everything's pretty much first take wonder. Yeah, there's not many. There's another one up here. You know. Oh.
Well, hot dang. This is well, hot dang. This is serious business. Look at this.
Yeah. See, that,
well,
like I said, the exact same
this
thing.
Is
because when I press record, right, when I actually press record here, like, you know, I don't necessarily know what's going to come out of my mouth. I just sort of like,
well,
you
hot
know,
dang.
And like, just press record and say something, right? And I obviously said the same thing twice. I went and then I stopped. So I said that and then I stopped. And the reason I probably stopped is because I didn't know what to say next. My brain, my subconscious didn't know what to say next. So I just stopped and then redid it and off I go. So yeah, that happens, you know, 5% of clips in a typical thing. In a typical video, something like that. But apart from that, I just trim the starts and ends. But this is more complicated. So a teardown like this is like, actually, I remember, yeah, like, I think I was through editing, like, I was starting to edit this, like, and, you know, I edited the intro's easy. And then I start to get into the more difficult bit where I have to start going to get data sheets, and I've got to get screen captures, and I've got to overlay them and do all that, you know, possibly get still photos and zoom in and stuff like that. In fact, I can't remember shooting this one, whether or not I had decided to actually not, or to do some of it in the edit, like I've done before. Because I've got those high-res photos, so I can take those high-res photos and I can do voiceover with my voiceover mic here, and which is the same as I match the mics. so that it sounds the same. So hopefully you shouldn't hear the difference of whether I'm doing a voiceover here or whether I'm actually standing behind the camera like I am here commentating. And a lot of YouTubers will do, like a lot of electronics YouTubers will do this, will shoot videos totally different to how I do it. They will shoot a teardown or something like this, and they won't talk behind the camera. They'll just, you know, point at things and stuff like that. They'll take photos, they'll just point at things, and then they'll go off and write a script or whatever, and then they'll do it all as a voiceover and then as a big edit kind of thing. And that takes a lot more work to actually edit that. It's getting a bit warm in here. I'm going to turn the aircon on. So yeah, that's not how I shoot my videos. I'm a behind the camera guy. I press record, yap away behind the camera. You can see the levels are all fairly consistent there across the board. I wouldn't touch that. There's not a single thing that I would do to that audio. Although, you know, sometimes if I think of it, I'll go in there and I'll add a... by default, this is really annoying. It has the noise gate on, and I don't know, like, it's just really annoying. And I don't really need a track compressor. Like, I don't, it's just like a default thing there, but I'll go in and do the EQ, for example, just to, because I've got a high-rise in-terminal voice. That's its official title, you know, and I might knock it off at 8 kilohertz or something like that just to roll it off the high end, just to take a bit of edge off my nasally voice, something like that, and then that'll apply to the whole track. That'll just apply to the whole thing. But I basically won't go in there and edit the audio on there. I won't go in and filter that. I won't do anything. I won't try and level match. Occasionally I will if I'm standing further back from the mic or something like that. And if I do, then I can individually, you know, or I can normalize and stuff like that. You know, I'll split it up, and you know, if there's a loud peak where I get right near the microphone, I might, you know, go there and actually split, press S, split, press another S, and then drag down the audio there, or something like that. Occasionally I might have to rise it up, but mostly I don't touch my audio. That's the last thing you want to do. Last thing you want to be doing when you're editing video is to touch audio. Get it right in camera. Get everything right in camera. And if for people who ask, I will never touch, I'll never add video filters. Like, I'll never go in there and add some filter or whatever. Like, yeah, like, yeah, here it is. Here's all the filters. Yeah, like, I wouldn't go in there. Like, I don't go in there and color grade and color match and blend, like, all that sort of bullshit. I don't touch my video. It's all done in camera. It's all done right, set up right in camera. I don't I don't touch a single thing. I've virtually never done that, ever. Except in the most extreme cases. Yeah, last thing you wanted to be doing is dick around with getting your audio right, dick around with getting your video right, especially when you've made, like, you know, when you're making thousands of videos, you know, this is your job, and you're just making YouTube videos. You aren't making, you know, documentary masterpieces at the Cannes Film Festival. You know, it's just not worth it. Ain't worth it at all. Yeah, it takes a while to get your audio to sound decent. Like, it's good enough. I can get better audio, but it's like, it is the diminishing returns thing. You know, the amount of effort you put in to get it slightly better. No one's going to give a rat's ass as long as your audio doesn't suck, as long as it's decent. And once you've made it decent, that's it. Stop. Don't try and perfect it. Oh, the audio pops when I got up, maybe. Staticky jeans, am I? I don't know. I think they... Yeah, they might be. Slightly. Yeah, my internal camera mics were good. I've had no problems with my... Although I use external now. This is the first time ever since I got this new Sony camera that I've used an external mic. except for long distance in front of camera, like whiteboard stuff where I'll use my wireless lapel mic on it. Good morning from Germany. Yeah, I don't like using the lapel mics because I'm always walking away from the camera. I don't want to have to disconnect, and I don't want to have to dick around with batteries and get my wireless mic myself up, and just for standing behind camera. So I just have one of these. And just, have one of these stuck on the back of my camera facing towards me. And it doesn't matter whether I'm standing off to the side like this or I'm over here like this. It's going to sound like, it's a cardioid pattern instrument mic, but, it's at the end of the day, it still sounds all right. And I'm using the auto. Never used to use auto gain because auto gain used to suck, because I've now got a professional Sony camera with a proper XLR mic interface and proper preamp and all that. The auto gain on that works really well, so I leave the auto gain on. It used to pick up my aircon noise and stuff like that, but now it's really good. So as I move around the mic, I don't have the auto gain here, so it might sound a bit different to what it will on my Sony camera in that respect in terms of moving around. But yeah, it's No, Max. Well, yes, I can. I can normalize the whole lot, but people don't realize what normalizing is. Let me see if there's an example in here. No, there's not a good example with a large peak, like if I clap. Maybe this one here, right? Right, if I see the... no. Oh, here we go. Here's a peak, right? Here's this peak here. You see how there's a peak there? It's visible through the back because I snapped something on there, right? It made this peak. If you normalize, if I go in here and I go switches and I normalize, it normalizes to that peak, right? It doesn't do a magical average normalization. So what people think as normalize, that's not how it works. It's not magic like that. So it's normalize is not magic. You need a more magic tool to do that, to actually normalize across the thing. Like you need a compressor kind of system, and that's not nearly as easy to implement. That's so that's why you want to get it right in camera. So that's kind of why I do like the new auto mic gain, because it does normalize it more in the camera. So that's why you can see, look, and I'm behind this camera and I'm moving around doing a teardown, and it just I do things visually in terms of audio. If all those levels look, you just get your finger and go squint one eye and go they're all roughly the same level. Good enough, right? Anyone who goes in there and dicks around with those individual audio levels will never be a successful YouTuber. They just go nuts. They go nuts. Maybe it's okay if you're doing one, really good quality video a week or one a month or something like that. Maybe you get away with it, but it'd send you nuts if you had to do it. If you're blogging daily, doing daily videos, and you had to do that sort of stuff, it'd, use a compressor. Yeah. It's like, where is the compressor option? Like, it's like track optimization. What? There you go. FX packages. No? Where is it? All. There you go. And they do have compressors, like EFX compressor. I don't know. I tried to dick around with one once, and they're not magic, and they've got so many things that can go wrong, that you can do it wrong. It's just not, essential compressor. There you go, and you can set all these different things, right? Although technically it does have a compressor, because as I showed before, if you go in here for the track FX, right, here it is, track compressor like that. Well, yeah, there it is. That's the whole track-based one. Right? And it's got the same sort of tweaks in here, and you can really screw it up. If you go dicking around with anything in there, right, it can really sound horrible pretty quickly, unless you know what you're doing. And so yeah, like that's on by default in Vegas. That track compressor is always on, and I've never touched that. Well, I've occasionally like experimented with those controls, and I can make it sound pretty bad pretty quickly, doing minor tweaks on it. And yeah, by default it's actually on, but you know it doesn't audibly. It doesn't have a huge amount of difference. So yeah, I mean, you know, I could do it right now. Scope needs your two separate ones there. Oh, got some real old school relays and a battery and one little pissant FPGA or processor under there. Can see a little another Spartan 6 FPGA up there. There's our sample memory. And Bob's your uncle. Geez, it's pretty sweet, isn't it? Look at all the nicely laid out. There you go. So I should have done that live, actually. Here for all the rails they need it for. You should have heard that. Use Audacity after the video is edited. No. I can tell Low Level M that you are not a video blogger, because if you were, you'd be in a mental asylum now. The goal, because it'd send you crazy. The goal of to stay sane and to keep putting out regular content like video bloggers do, YouTubers do, is to do the minimum amount of work possible, and anything extra that adds to your production flow process, any extra audio step, any video, filtering, any sort of, post rendering audio cleanup and stuff like that, any sort of audio synchronization. There's people who use a separate recorder like a Zoom H4n or something to record their audio, and then you've got to sync up the audio and video. Oh no, you're doing it wrong. It's great for a Hollywood movie, fantastic, or some high-end documentary, but you do not do it. You try and get everything right in camera, do your render once and upload to YouTube and forget about it. Go on to your next video. So no, you do not want to do anything outside of your video editor. It just, nah. It's, you really don't. You'll have to, I know this is against what all the industry does, but the industry is not YouTube. Talk to any YouTuber who does videos, and who does like a lot of videos, and they'll tell you that they don't want to dick around with, production, adding steps to their production process. You want to minimize them. We do that for the amp hour. We run, well, actually, no, we do it before. I think Chris does all the editing. I haven't done it for years. But we run it through an old, now discontinued, magical compressor called the Levelator. I don't think you can probably download an old copy, but we still use it because it's just magic. We pass our audio separately, our separate audio streams, we record them separately, we pass them once through that, and it auto magically it checks it, does several passes and then checks for noise and stuff, and then it tries to reduce the noise, and then it tries to normalize both our voices, because if we have different sounding mics and we've got guests that sound different, you want to sort of like normalize all those before you edit them together. And that works really well. And occasionally I've done that for one of my videos. If I've got like an interview video where my voice is louder than someone else's voice, rather than dick around with hundreds of different cuts or 1,000 different cuts and then tweak each, I start talking, they start talking, and then I've got to tweak each one. I'll just run it through a leveling program first. And yeah. Yeah, you want to do the minimum amount of editing. Kiddies, let me tell you, from an old-time YouTuber, Milu Mine, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You couldn't be more wrong if you tried. Dave could hire a video producer, have more time for the content. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. In fact, I asked Vsauce once. I met Vsauce, Michael Stevens, and I asked him because at the time he actually tried to hire a video editor to do his videos, like to edit his videos for him. And I asked, look, how's that working out? And he said, it's basically not. It pretty much doesn't work out. By the time, it's just too much dicking around. It was too much to and fro, and he may as well just do it himself, and have more control. And it was just easier. I would spend more time. Look, I'll try and I've explained this like a dozen times before, but I'll try and explain it again. Okay, when I'm editing my video, okay, I start from the I've shot them all in sequence. I start from the beginning, and and I edit, one by one, and I trust myself that when there's two steps to this, was 2 points to this. One is that I trust myself that when I'm editing, when I'm finished, when I get to this last clip over here, and I edit this last clip, I trim this last clip like this, and I drag in my outro thing, I'm done. I will not watch that video again. I will render it, I'll upload it, and I'll release it. I won't watch. I am not going to waste, if it's a half-hour video, I am not going to then waste another half hour of my time to watch my own video that I've just spent a couple of hours editing, that I know with 99% certainty that I've got it right. And so there's that point. Now, the problem is, if somebody else edited it, right? Let's say it's a 30-minute video and it's fairly simple, unlike a teardown, for example, which needs lots of overlays and stuff. A teardown video like this, if it's say 30 minutes, it might take me a couple of hours to edit. Let's say 2 hours maybe. By the time I dick around and insert lots of stuff, maybe I have to shuffle the odd thing around or whatever, but maybe an hour and a half. If I'm doing it really quick, it might be like an hour to edit like a 30-minute video, for example, but with overlays it takes a bit more time. Where was my train of thought going? Sometimes I get complete mental blocks. Let me have a drink. Happens. Right, so I'm doing an hour, it takes an hour and a half to edit. Now, or let's say an hour. Now, if I just gave it to someone else, right, to edit, here you go, make me a video, right? Not only do I have to pay them for probably more than a couple of hours work, because editors are fussy, right? They're going to fuss around until the cows come home. Don't ask how long it takes David to make a video, okay? One of his 10-minute tutorials. Wow, okay? Right? People are fussy, right? Especially professional video editors. They want to do a professional job, and they're just not going to be as, laissez-faire as, the content producer, like myself often is, who just wants to get on to the next job, right? So they're going to spend, right? So I've got to not only pay them to do it, but then I have to watch the video, right? I've got to watch the entire 30-minute video. So I've got to spend 30 minutes anyway watching that. And then I've got to watch it with like a lot of attention span and then take note of time. So it's probably going to take me, it could take me 45 minutes to an hour to review that video, okay? And I've got to note where things, and think, oh no, I want to insert something here, right? Or I want to, no, I don't, no, that was wrong. That was technically wrong, right? So, or I didn't explain that well. I need a text overlay. So not only would I have to watch the whole thing, but I have to watch it very carefully. Then I have to note down the timestamps, where I wanted things, what I wanted to overlay, and then give that back to the editor. Then they'd have to give me a video back. Now, I probably would trust that they've done the job in that case, and I would just upload it, or I'd have to go watch the whole video again. Now, see, I've easily wasted an hour doing that anyway, when I could have just edited the video myself, which might take maybe an hour and a half. Might take half hour more, but everything's 100% right, and I've included everything that I want to include, especially if I need to do another voiceover, for example. I want to correct something, or I want to add some additional material at the editing stage, right? And I get that when I'm going through each individual clip like this, editing. So it's, it's just easier for me to easier and probably quicker and obviously cheaper and less hassle for me to just edit the video on my own. That's how, that's just the reality of the situation. And for somebody, I would need somebody with the same or similar technical knowledge as myself to edit the video and know if something's wrong or know it needs an overlay or stuff like that. And then the videos wouldn't be the same because I wouldn't add in like little extra details or little extra overlays or stuff like that. So I might as well edit it myself. So for those who say that I can just get an editor to edit my videos, sorry. It's just not going to work. and you don't have to try it to know it's not going to work. Especially with heavy technical content like my videos are. It'll work for some, others it just won't work at all. So there you go. That's the story why I don't do video editors, because they can't know my intentions, whereas I know the intention. I remember when I shot those clips, because it's usually just in the morning, right? I edit it in the afternoon, and I remember what I shot, and then I might remember on the way, oh, I need to add this. I got to do a voiceover. I want to change, something, or maybe change it slightly. I might have to. Occasionally, I might go back and reshoot, something if I'm able, perhaps, but I don't normally do that. But occasionally that might, or I might want to add some more footage. I might go back and shoot an additional 5 or 10 minutes worth of stuff because I thought of a really important tangent I wanted to do, and all those extra little things would go away if you just let somebody edit your videos, especially if you let them edit it and just upload it and without any checking. And as I said, my videos are long. It's not a 5-minute video that I can just watch. And, I've got to watch and concentrate on a 30, 40-minute technical video and then make notes and feed it back and to and fro. Kinetics epic. Anyway, that's the story. Yeah, behind why I don't have an editor and why I thoroughly believe it's not going to work. I've spent 10 plus hours to edit 5-10-minute video. Yes, that's nothing. That is nothing. There is one electronics YouTuber who makes very short, concise videos, like 5 to 7 minute, heavily edited, very nicely produced videos. And they take 30 plus hours for each 5 to 7 or 5 to 10 minute video. 30 plus hours to script them, to animate them, to to set up shots of things and do the voiceover and the whole works, like 30 plus hours. Whereas the way I do videos is much more optimized than that. If I didn't have anything else, like if I didn't have a family, right? If I didn't have a life, if I didn't have like a business to run on the side, if I didn't have employees, if I didn't have other stuff, and I was just making content, I just had, I was young, single, and just had the freedom to, a uni student or something, I had lots of free time, right? And I could make and edit 1 or 2 videos a day, every day. Like my process is that refined for doing it, because I don't write scripts, I don't think about stuff, I just go and do it. And I could, as I said, a 30-minute video might take an hour to edit tops. Like, it's a bit more if you do more overlay work and stuff like that. But yeah, the shorter you try to make your videos, the longer it takes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't do the DefPom. I don't do the single take thing. I like pressing stop. I like the satisfaction of pressing stop on the camera and then setting up another shot and getting it right and then pressing start again. And occasionally that's Kamagutsa, because I've forgot to press start and I've yapped on and I thought that I shot that and then I didn't. And I get to the editing stage and I find that, oh, I know I said that, and it's not in my clips. So yeah, I tend to, that's why you'll find every one of my videos has like 50, 60 clips minimum. A big video could have 100. A big shootout video could have 200 plus clips in it. but they're all shot in mostly in sequence, so I can just drop in the timeline, render. Yep. So, yeah, there you go. That's the, I've done it before. Maybe I'll extract this little talk about why I don't have a video editor and put up as a second channel video. If I may ask, what percentage in time, size and time sync are the YouTube channels and site on the entire EV blog business? If I am understanding your question correctly, are the YouTube channels and the site of the entire EV blog? Are you asking Nikita? Nikita, just to clarify, are you asking how much time I actually do shooting and editing video? Is that, and how much I devote to the business side of things? Sorry, that's just before I waffle on. Edited 2-hour zombie indie video down to 1 hour and he didn't like it. That could take days. Oh yeah. Yeah. Didn't press record, yep. I have no reason to sell out, Lem Aiko. Yeah, I turned down every offer. I've done a video on this, on why I turn down offers and stuff like that. You know, I could get $5,000 a video. I could get $5,000, you know, from anywhere. Basically, if you're a, here's a, you know, don't know how many, well, DefPom's watching and maybe some others are watching. Oh yeah, is XJet still here? Yeah, if you're not getting paid several $1,000s, if you've got a decent sized channel, you're not getting paid several $1,000s for one video, for a sponsorship of one, you know, that 1 minute at the front, you know, War of Clans or some bullshit, you know, keep emailing me, you know, and stuff like that. And advertise their app or their, you know, whatever the hell it is, audible.com or whatever. And yeah, if you're not getting several $1,000s for that one video, you're selling yourself short. But I've turned down up to $5,000 for one video, just on principle, You know, it's bloody, you know, it's good money, right? And but I've got other incomes. I've got a whole bunch of income sources from the blog that I don't need to do that. So yeah, I could supplement it. Like, you know, I'd happily take an extra, you know, $5,000 a week or whatever. But well, you're not always going to get those offers, right? It's not like every single video. Like, you'll get those offers. You know, you've got to. It's not like, like maybe I would. Maybe if I was getting, if somebody was paying me $5,000 for every video for, you know, regardless of what video it was for the next year, and they agreed to that, you know, that's a decent amount of money, but it's usually more fragmented than, you know, they pay you for the next 2 videos or whatever, and then they'll be gone. And then you're back to square one. So yeah, I don't have to do it, so I don't. I've turned down every single offer. It's just not worth it. Oh, what's the what's the skew between the online content and other aspects of the business are? Right, yeah, like it's at least half. It's at least half is not, half of my time is spent not doing content. More than half. I probably only spend half my time, not even half my time, I don't know, 30-40% tops, actually recording or shooting content. Other stuff's just dealing with doing other projects, dealing with the business side of thing, other advertisers, or just dicking around, just being lazy. I'm on the forum, you know, which is technically part of my business, right? Or just, you know, answering emails and, you know, like fan mail and stuff like that, and other things, and just, yeah, yep. It's not, no, it's definitely not over 50%. Like, What did I do with my old shooting setup now that I have the new camera? I've still got the old camera, still got the old Canon one. I'm using the same tripod. But I still got the old Canon camera. I was going to sell it, but then I'm using actually one of my old cameras right now. I'm not using these bloody webcams anymore because these webcams are shit. I'm actually using one of my old B-roll cameras, which is the Canon HF M400, and that's what I'm using as the webcam for this. And you know, and it's really good quality. Like if I go to full screen like that, and it's much better quality than the webcams. It's, yeah, and I use a HDMI capture, a spare HDMI capture card that I've got. I just whacked it. I didn't just realize this like a month or two back, and I thought, yeah, why am I dicking? Like I always hated these Logitech webcams, and they're, like, you know, pain in the ass. And yeah, so I'm using a proper camcorder. It's actually running from batteries. I've got the battery in it lasts like 5 hours. I've still got like 196 minutes left of battery life. So yeah, HDMI out of that into a HDMI capture card, and yeah, it's just much nicer. I like it, and it's got a little screen on it too. I can see the, you know, I've got my flip camcorder screen on it. So there you go. Yeah, so I was going to use my old Canon HF G30 maybe as a webcam. Expensive webcam. Maybe I should just sell it and like buy another one of these or something. Yeah, I don't know, but I've still got it. I think it's probably worth a pretty penny if I sell it. Probably should sell it. Yeah, I think I might sell it. And just, I don't know, maybe I can pick up another. I like these HFM 400s, they're nice. Although they're not 60 frames per second, you know. But then neither is my Canon. So it's only 50 because it's PAL. Yeah, there's focus hunting issues with the Logitech webcam as well. It's not great, and yeah, they suck in low light. They absolutely suck at us. And low light is not darkness. Low light is indoor light, like this. And at least at the editing office here, you can see that, you know, this is kind of because I've got floor-to-ceiling windows here, which go to the outside, and it's bright out there today, so it's all coming in. But I don't have that inside the lab. The lab is windowless. And, yeah. What premise am I not going to support? You are making a really nice videos. Thank you. Why are you not make a course on EDX courses and Udemy? I thought about it, Omar, but the amount of effort required, I have thought about it, and I've actually spoken to some people who do Udemy and other courses and stuff like that, and apparently it's not a good business. You might think they're making a lot of money from it, but they're not. Because what happens is that Udemy and the others, I believe, they will, you'll go to Udemy now, and you'll probably find that all the electronic courses are like 80% off, 90% off, right? And last time I looked, I think I tweeted that, why are they all 90% off? And somebody who did the Udemy courses explained, that they do that without telling the content creator. The content creator hasn't decided to do that. Udemy have done that, or whatever online content. They've given these big specials off, and it's not like and that comes out of the pocket of the creator, right? So the creator gets, they're selling it for bugger all. Yeah, they might have like 5,000, like a class size, 5,000 people have watched their videos or whatever, right? It sounds like a lot. It would be at full price. Say it's a $200 course or whatever, but you'll find that most of them aren't paying that. They're paying $20 or they're paying $30 or something like that. So you put all that effort into it. It's a lot of effort to produce polished content, sequential class type material. Ask any teacher and they will tell you that, man, their whole life is just spent producing material. and it's hard work. So it's hard work for not much return. So if I am going to do that, and I wouldn't rule it out in the future, I would love to. It's simply a matter of time. Time to actually devote to it. I don't have enough time to make my own videos for my channel, let alone separate course content. I'd love to, but if I was going to do that, I would simply make it available on Vimeo or some other platform where, you know, because I've got a large audience, I can market it to my own audience. I don't need to put it on Udemy. I'm not going to have random people search Udemy and go, oh, Dave, this guy's done an electronics course, I'll buy that. You know, no, most of the sales would come from my own audience or that I could market to. And it makes sense not to use a platform like that. So I'd use like Vimeo or something like that, and they may take a 5% cut or something, but at least I get to set the price rather than Udemy or someone else set the price. So, oh, the China mailbag. Footage is there somewhere. Oh, you've got the screen overlay. Mine's a menu option. I can put the screen overlay on my HDMI output, but I've got the there's a menu option in the Canon where you can either choose to have like the overlay that you see on the camcorder screen or just the raw sensor output. At the moment, I've just got the raw sensor output, so I could go in there and change. I wonder if I can do that live. Menu. Okay. Oh yeah, of course I can. Of course I can. Excuse me while I auto backlight correction, on-screen markers, camcorder, blah 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 blah. Built-in mic frequency response. No, it's not on that menu. Bloody touchscreens, video recording mode, frame rate. No. On-screen displays. There you go. Ta-da! There you go. Cool. So there's my camcorder. Yep. It's kind of funky. Gives it that retro feel. You know. I like it. I like it. Shut down. Just want to see how many 250 people watch it. They're dropping off like flies. Yeah, Udemy has $10 specials, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, 90% off. Like, it's nuts. Oops, sorry. There you go. Oop. Wrong camera. Wrong camera. There you go. So you can see the face tracking. You know, like, it's just, it's nicer. I'd never go back. I'd never go back to webcams now that I've discovered that I could use my old camcorders as webcams, you know? Actually, my Canon HFG 30 has, it's got, oh no, it's got Wi-Fi control, because it's got you can stream Wi-Fi. Because I think you can stream the video through Wi-Fi. Anyway, it may not be compatible with the XSplit. I don't know. Oh yeah, no, it should be. Meh. Anyway. Yep. Another compulsive yawn. Sorry. It's not you, it's me. Your battery has only 190 minutes left. Yeah, I better hurry up. 189. You can see it go down. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I really like it. It's just funny, like, you know, it's got the camera. Sometimes I catch myself looking at the screen instead of the lens. Like, trap for young players, for young video bloggers, as they look at the screen. They look at the screen, look at the lens, always look down the lens. If you're ever on camera, if you ever find yourself on camera, look down the lens. So I know it's very distracting. It's a very hard habit to break, but you see these video bloggers and you notice they're sitting here like this and they're looking over here like this, and you can see it. It's really distracting to, see people's eyes gaze not looking at you. It's as if, the human mind doesn't like that. It's like, oh, these people aren't paying attention to me, EE or CS as a major. I don't look. What's the time? 4 o'clock. I better actually go and edit this video, so I won't spend too much longer here. I didn't want this turn into a QA. It's longer than I thought. And yeah, but I've got the big data pack, the big battery packs, and the chargers under there. I've got my. In fact, I've got to charge one ready to go. So if it fails, there you go. I just whack it out, and it's like gets like 4 or 5 hours. It's really good. They're really low power. That particular model of Canon's really low power camcorder. It's really quite only. I think it draws like 3 watts in recording or something, or just standby like this. I'm not even recording. Someone did a super chat. Thank you very much, Cowboy Butler. What a name. And there's the icon. What is it? The avatar or whatever. Thanks for a lot of fun and a smattering of education. That's my channel. That should be the tagline for my channel. A smattering of education. I like that. It's very apt. That's totally me. A smattering of education. Yep. Women never look at the lens? What? See plenty of women bloggers. Don't know if there's any truth in that. Yeah, no, small batteries suck ass. I'd go insane if I had small batteries. That's why camcorders are the bomb. Stick a big ass battery right out the back of them. They're designed to have no battery cover. They stick right out the back. No, I'd hate main supply. I don't want cables getting in the way. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Yep. Sorry, making everyone yawn. Everyone's yawning. Everyone's getting tired. Ban yawns. Hashtag ban yawns. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. That's just my stupidity. Can't believe, I just felt so dumb when I realised that I had already shot this damn teardown. It's like, now it's unmotivating. It's unmotivating to now go, oh, I've got 30-minute video to edit, and I don't remember what I shot. It was over a month ago, like 6 weeks ago or something. And, do it again. EV blog branded, bench power supply, grin. Yeah, anyway, I better go. Otherwise, I'll just sit here and just chat all day and won't get anything done. EV Yawn Channel. There you go. Yep. I get in a compulsive fit of yawning. It happens. So, yeah, I better go. Thanks, everyone, for joining me. And anyway, yep. No, I'm going to stop myself now. I'm going to deliberately drag that off screen so I can't see it anymore. Anyway, thanks for joining me, everyone. Hope you had a good laugh at me not being able to remember that I had shot a video. Unbelievable. Anyway, thanks. Catch you next time.